Iva Sklarcep, SBI Soccer. Coach Jordan Morse is a player who's been just in outstanding form. Coming into the week, everyone wondered who would replace Christian Pulisic's impact in the attack. No one player can do that, but he seems to be one who came in here and had just a great start to the match. What did you think of him? Did you kind of worry about him coming into this match, and why did he give you guys so much trouble?
Well, I think again it was the transitional play. You know, we knew Morris has got that sort of pace, always wants to spin in behind the fullback. And it was mainly the transition, but you can see that the guy's in form. He was clinical. He's got the bit between his teeth. If there was a ball going into the box, I thought him and Zardes were clear they were going to be first to it. And I think that was the focus the US brought tonight. I think in the middle of it, if you look at box to box, I thought there wasn't much between the two teams, but where it mattered most was what was happening in the penalty areas, and I thought they were better in both boxes tonight.
I'm going to go back to Derek.
John, I know you guys came in here well prepared and motivated, and talking to the guys the last couple of days, they were fired up. Then you give up a goal 2 minutes in. Yeah. What does that do to just the spirit and the fight? And then how tough is it to keep the will of keeping that fight going? You still got 88 minutes to go.
Well, I think they kept going. I thought it was there. You know, I think the only place we wobbled was in the direct play. I would love again to have seen them, you know, just working deeper into the centre backs and not being as direct. But when you're in those moments, you know, the intensity of the game and that narrow focus sets in, and I think it did for periods. But you know, I think at times we acquitted ourselves in ways where you say, bloody hell, this Canadian team looks very different and it can compete, more than compete. It's just, man, we give up a shitty goal on a set piece in the first minute. I mean, that's the stuff drives you mad, but then I've got to look at that and say, in 4 days and 2 training sessions, should we have worked more on the set pieces, those wide free kicks? Yeah, maybe we should have. Maybe that's what I've got to take responsibility for. But I don't think the first goal affected us. I just think the players were on task. I think it was the third goal. You know, that third goal is always a bit of a killer because it's just that little bit too far out of sight. But credit the boys, they came out second half, and you know, I think we, you know, in terms of how we played, we won that second half.
Going to go back to Gavin.
John, I guess now it's now what? Are you scoreboard watching? How are you seeing how things move forward now?
Yeah, just gutted, but you got to be optimistic. You know, we got to be optimistic. I think speaking to the players on the field, we've said this along. We lose, we learn, we move forward. They still believe in themselves that this group are good enough to make that hex. You know, we've left it to the gods, the football gods, to some degree, but we're going to keep pushing at it, and I think our luck's going to come our way. It'll come for Canada. We're going to have to make our luck maybe in the March FIFA window and then in the June window. I mean, that's reality, to pick up the FIFA ranking points. That's all we've had focus on, so we've probably dropped 10 points tonight. Gutted about that. But, you know, I think even if we'd drawn the game, we'd have been kicking ourselves saying we needed 17, we needed the 7. And that was the mindset coming into it. We really wanted to just push on with the performance and get the win.
KJ.
John, moving forward just on that point now, what's the mandate from the programme to find those friendlies, and what kind of opposition would you be looking for? Obviously knowing that there's a fine line there in terms of what kind of opposition you've got to get those crucial points when you're trying to look for friendlies. Yeah,
well, look, when the system changed, we went through a deep analysis on a lot of different scenarios, so we knew that March window was going to be important. But you play against France, you beat France in France, you get 8 points. I mean, that's the reality with these windows. You have to be very strategic. And then the big question is, you know, who wants to play Canada in that window? And we've been working hard behind the scenes to make sure that we've got these teams lined up that can give us in a range of points that are realistic for us based on where we're at in our journey. So, by all means, we come out of this at the end of next week, we see where these points are, and as an organisation, we'll be going towards doing whatever we can to go to the Hex.
We're good. Thank you very much.